Hi, my name is Alec Kelman, and this is Deep Blue Playbook.
Man of the match down, send him money now, yeah, the cash off for Amazon. Hustle like that, the him get it from my grandpa. See him where I'ma do it on a public platform. Man of the match down, send him money now, yeah, the cash off for Amazon. Hustle like that, the him get it from my grandpa. See him where I'ma do it on a
Hello everyone, welcome today to this week's episode of Deep Blue Playbook. Today we'll be speaking about the transfers that was done during the week and also the game versus Palmeiras. This week we signed two players. These two players are Joe Pedro from Brighton and Jamie Gittins from Borussia Dortmund. I know of the two players, but I obviously would have watched Joe Pedro more than Gittins because I don't necessarily watch the German league as constant as I do the Premier League. Joe Pedro, from my understanding and watching him play, he's a very creative type player. He would fit very good in the Cole Palmer role. He can also play on the wings, on the creative wings at Chelsea. To my belief, I believe Maresca would have brought him to the club to act as a backup to Cole Palmer, or even to play, as I mentioned before, on the wing, and let him invert into the midfield and let Cucurella push up. So when that happens, it will create like a midfield four of Enzo Fernandez, Moise Caicedo, Cole Palmer, and Joe Pedro. And this will lead Cole Palmer to probably push up a little bit more, and this will create more of like a second striker. So I think Joe Pedro's role, with really coming into the club, is to just provide of a more creative output to assist goals. And if that what he was saying for, because I don't know, I don't work at Chelsea, but if that way he was saying for, I think is a very good signing, and I look forward to seeing him play at Chelsea. He did make a debut performance versus Palmeiras, and we'll talk about that later in the video. Jamie Gittins. I know about the player for probably around 2 years now. Jamie Gittins is a skillful left winger. He's right-footed though, so he's very similar to Jadon Sancho, but he reminds me more of Jadon Sancho at his first appearance at Dortmund. He's very explosive. He's also an English player, very young. I think he's only 20 years old. So him coming to the club is a very big addition, and I really look forward to him playing as well. Another signing, well, not really a signing, but more of a departure that is going on right now. Noni Madueke, he's looking to leave the club to go Arsenal. Arsenal is interested in him. This morning, it was Fabrizio Romano reported that Noni and Arsenal have came to personal terms, has come to agreement on personal terms. Me, I gave my opinion on Noni Madueke last video. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's what Chelsea needs. He is what Chelsea needs to go forward. He's very good getting in behind the defender, but he's not. His weakness is being in front of the defender. I don't think that he takes on his wing back enough to be at Chelsea. He's very similar. His play style is very similar to Saka. So if he's being signed for Arsenal to play backup to Saka, I think that would be a good signing for Arsenal. But knowing Noni's personality, I don't know if that will really sit right with him. But we'll have to wait until the season starts and see where it goes. Another signing that we'll talk about is Estevo William. I saw him play yesterday against Chelsea for the first time. We would have signed Estevo William, I think 2 seasons ago. And he just turned. I think he's 19 years old, and he's now old enough to come and play in England. So Yeah, he scored a very good goal yesterday. He was very impressive going against Cucurella. Um, he's a winger that I like. He really takes on his wing back. He gets to the byline, he crosses in the ball, he cuts in, he takes shots. The goal that he scored yesterday was really good. It actually surprised me the way how he received the ball. He went to the byline and he shot. He didn't square the ball and it scored. It was actually a really good goal. And I told Stefan, boy, this boy looking like he could come to the Premier League and make some noise. But as Cole Palmer said after the game, we need to be patient with him. If he can come to the club and really perform off the back, that would be really good. And if he plays the same right wing to Noni Madueke. If Noni leaves the club, it looks like he will be a good replacement. Um, but going into the video now, we'll talk about the Palmeiras game. We'll talk about some of the player ratings and also some of the performances from the players. Okay, so this is the starting lineup that Enzo Maresca would have sent out yesterday. We'll start just like the last video. We'll start from the goalkeeper and go up. So Sanchez started in bars yesterday. He didn't have a bad game, but honestly, that goal that Estevao Williams scored, his positioning was very bad. But honestly, I think if he was in a good position, I don't think he would have saved it because it hit off the roof of the bottom of the crossbar and went in. So I'll give him a rating of 6. Mark Cucurella, he was very busy this game with Estevao William. Estevao William was played a lot inside the first half. He scored in the second half, but he was a little bit more quiet inside the second half. But Mark Cucurella, he had a good game as always. I'll give him a rating of 6. Corwell had a very quiet game as well. The defense really didn't do much other than try to contain Estevao William. Palmeiras also had a player called Allen. Allen, he's decent. He played attacking midfield while Estevao William played across the right hand side. Estevao William, he's a left footer too, so that is very impressive for the club. So I would give Corwell a rating of 6 as well. Shalaba is a very consistent player. He had a good game as well. As I said, the defense didn't have to do much. They just had to contain Estevao, William, and Allen. And yeah, I'm very proud of the performance from the defense. Malagusto had a very good game. He actually scored the game winner around the 75th minute, I believe. Um, yeah, Malagusto. So I'll give him a rating of 7 because he scored the game winner, and 2, he put in a good performance defending. So last game, Caicedo received a yellow card, so he wasn't able to play this game. And to rotate, Enzo Maresca started Andre Santos. Andre Santos is a defensive midfielder that was playing for our sister club inside France last season. A lot of Chelsea fans like Andre Santos. He's not a bad player, but I still think that he needs time to develop. He's definitely good enough to come into Chelsea and be on the bench and wait until a moment to be called upon. As for example, yesterday when um, Caicedo wasn't able to play, but he had a good game. He controlled the ball, controlled the tempo of the game, and that's all you really want from a defensive midfielder is to win the ball, distribute the ball. So I'll give him a rating of 6. Enzo Fernandez, he was very busy inside the first half. He was busy. He was all around the field. He was getting up and down. Even sometimes I was a bit confused. Who's really playing attacking midfielder? Is it Cole Palmer? Is it Christopher and Cuckoo, or is it Enzo Fernandez. But Enzo Fernandez, he had a very good game yesterday. He was very unfortunate to not receive an assist, but yeah, he had a good game. I'll give him a rating of 7. Cole Palmer scored a lovely goal yesterday when he received the ball from Chalobah. He turned the defender and then he he dribbled past I think 2 defenders and slotted the ball inside the bottom left hand corner. Reminds me very much of a goal that he scored last season, and also the goal that he scored against Manchester United in his first season at Chelsea. So I'll give Cole Palmer a rating of 8. Christopher Nkuku, he didn't have a bad game. The whole Chelsea team actually played very well. But Christopher Nkuku, mm, I have no bad comments to say about Christopher Nkuku. Just for a player that came to the club as a Golden Boot winner from the Bundesliga, I just expect more from him. He had a good game, but I would just give him a rating of 6. Pedro Neto, he was one of he's a Portuguese national, so he would have been close friends with Diego Jota and his brother Andre Silva. So I'm so sorry for his loss, but he still came out yesterday and played the game. I'm actually, how to say, I am proud, not proud, but I appreciate what he did for the club yesterday. He had to miss the funeral, and I believe that him and Jota was best friends. So um, thanks a lot, and I'll give him a rating of 6. Liam Delap, he didn't score yesterday, but what he showed yesterday was his link up play. I told Stefan as well in the game, he looks really good. Playing with his back to goal. Reminded me a lot of Diego Costa. A time in the first half, he actually pushed down one of the Palmeiras defenders for no reason, and I laughed and said it was like Diego Costa would have done that. So I'll give him a rating of 7 because I really like his fight, and I think we need that in our strikers inside the Premier League. So Liam Delap, as I said last video, I'm looking forward to seeing him play this season, and I'm looking forward to him to bag some goals. Okay, coming down to the end of the video, we'll also talk about the subs that came on against Palmeiras. João Pedro came on. He showed his first appearance for Chelsea, as I mentioned early in the video. He showed his link up play. He showed his hold up play. He showed that he's willing to run for the badge, and I really look forward to seeing him play. He came on and replaced Liam Delap at top, which I heard rumors that he would come to the club and play this position, but I don't think he would be most effective in that position. As we know, it is the Club World Cup, but it's still the preseason, so that was his first game for the club, and we'll have to wait and see when the season starts to see how Enzo Maresca incorporates him into the side. But yeah, he had a good performance. I would give him a rating of 7. Noni Madueke, he came on inside the 54th minute, the same time as João Pedro. Noni Madueke had a very quiet game, but he had an opportunity around, I would say, the 83rd minute when Cole Palmer played. I believe it was Cole Palmer that played him through, and he took a shot that I wouldn't say the keeper saved it. It was more like a reaction, and the ball hit off the post and it went for a corner. Noni, as I said, he's looking to leave the club. It's looking very likely that he will leave the club. He's a good player. I appreciate the work that he put in over the past, I think, 3 seasons or 2 that he was at the club. But if he wants to move on, I have no objections against it. And I wish him the best going forward if anything happens this week regarding the transfer. Kieran Jusbiol, he only played 3 minutes of time and and additional time. So I can't really give him a rating, but he didn't do anything wrong. And then there's Dario Estigo. He's one of our new signings. He came on for Andre Santos. He actually came on during additional time, so I can't give him a rating as well. But it was a good performance from the guys against Palmeiras. The team is looking very good going into the 2025-2026 season, and I look forward to see this Chelsea team bringing some trophies in this season. So thanks again, thanks guys for watching, and see you next week.